for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
I just got some intel that could completely change our offseason strategy. A big-name player is about to be traded for pennies on the dollar, and two of the landing spots are an absolute nightmare for Yanks Nation. If you want the details before anyone else and the analysis that truly matters, the time to subscribe is right now. Hit that button. What's up, Yanks Nation? Welcome back to the channel. This is where you get the real analysis, no fluff, straight from the source. And today, I've got a piece of news that's boiling behind the scenes and every single fan in pinstripes needs to pay close attention to. According to a report from none other than Bob Nightingale at USA Today, published on September 8th, 2025, the Philadelphia Phillies are ready to turn the page on outfielder Nick Castellanos. And when I say ready, I mean they're getting aggressive. The intel I'm getting from my sources close to the situation confirms that the Phillies are willing to eat a significant portion of Castellanos' remaining salary to get a trade done this offseason. We're talking about a contract that still has $20 million a year on it, so this is no small thing. Now, you might be asking yourself, alright, but what's a Phillies player got to do with our Bronx Bombers? The answer is everything. Every move of a power piece like Castellanos on the MLB chessboard shifts the balance of power, especially when the potential destinations include direct American League rivals and that other West Coast powerhouse we like to call the Junior Evil Empire. The first team that comes up, and it's no surprise to anyone, is the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers are like us, always hungry for more talent, always looking for the next big name to add to their arsenal. The article points out Michael Conforto's struggles this season, which leaves a clear need in their outfield. A trade for Castellanos would let Teoscar Hernandez slide over to left field, with Castellanos taking his natural spot in right. And here's the absolute kicker for us. If the Phillies are actually footing part of that bill, the cost for the Dodgers becomes almost negligible for a team with their kind of financial muscle. For Yanks Nation, this is a code red alert. We're already dealing with the headache of a lineup featuring Betts, Freeman, and Ohtani. You add a motivated Nick Castellanos with a reduced salary burden to that mix. That turns the Dodgers lineup into something from another planet and creates an even bigger obstacle in a potential World Series. It would be a clash of titans, and the last thing we want is to hand them another high-caliber weapon. We're in the hunt for title number 28, and a move like this by the Dodgers forces us to reevaluate and potentially get even more aggressive in our own off-season planning. We can't be caught sleeping while our biggest rivals load up. The second destination, and this one worries me even more directly, is the Seattle Mariners. Why? Because they're in our league, the American League. We all know how aggressive general manager Jerry Dipoto can be. He's not afraid to pull the trigger on a big-time trade. The acquisitions of Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez in the past prove that. Right now, the Mariners don't have a clear-cut long-term answer in right field. Bringing in Castellanos for a season or two would be a perfect bridge while they develop a prospect in the minors. It would give them an immediate offensive jolt to complement what is already one of the best starting rotations in all of baseball. For the Yankees, the danger here is clear and present. The Mariners are already a thorn in our side, a team that can give us fits in the playoffs with that pitching staff. You add Castellanos' bat to the middle of that lineup, and all of a sudden they become a much more dangerous postseason contender. We could easily run into them in a division series, or even the ALCS. Every win against a team like Seattle is already a dogfight. Strengthening their offense with a proven slugger like Castellanos is terrible news for our ambitions. It's a move that directly impacts our path to the World Series, and the Yankees front office, led by Brian Cashman, is certainly monitoring this possibility very closely. It's not just a trade, it's a potential roadblock being built right in our path. The third spot mentioned is one that would allow us as Yankees fans to breathe a little easier: the Cincinnati Reds. Castellanos already played there back in 2019 and 2020 and had some of the best years of his career. In 2019, he hit a career-high 34 home runs, and the following season, he made the All-Star game, won a Silver Slugger, and finished 12th in MVP voting. It'd be a homecoming, a feel-good story. For the Reds, a young and exciting team, he'd bring veteran experience and some serious pop to the middle of their lineup, And honestly, from a Yankees perspective, this would be the best case scenario. The Reds are in the National League, and with all due respect, they aren't an imminent World Series threat like the Dodgers are. If Castellanos goes to Cincinnati, he becomes somebody else's problem in another league. He'd be out of the American League race and far away from strengthening one of our chief title competitors. It would take a powerful piece off the market that could have landed in the wrong hands, meaning the hands of a team we'd have to face down in October. So yeah, we, the bleacher creatures and all of Yanks Nation, would be secretly rooting for the Cincinnati reunion to happen. It would be one less thing to worry about on our quest for glory. Now, for the question on everyone's mind, should the Yankees get in on this? Should Brian Cashman pick up the phone and make a call to Philly? My analysis, based on what I'm hearing from my people, is that it's unlikely but not impossible. Let's break it down. The pros? The Yankees can always use more right-handed power, especially if the price is right. If the Phillies are paying down the salary, Castellanos becomes a financially viable short-term option. He has proven power and could feast on the short porch at Yankee Stadium. The cons, where does he fit? With Judge and Soto, assuming the extension is priority number one, in the outfield, space is limited. Castellanos' defense has never been his strong suit, and right field at the stadium is demanding. Furthermore, our top off-season priority has to be, without a shadow of a doubt, locking up Juan Soto for years and years to come, and secondly, reinforcing our pitching staff, whether it's the bullpen or the rotation. The money that would be spent on Castellanos, even at a discount, could be the difference maker in landing an elite arm. I believe the front office is aware of the situation, but their focus is elsewhere. Castellanos would be a plan C or D, an opportunity that's only considered if the cost drops through the floor and other options fall through. So to wrap it all up, Nick Castellanos is on the block, and his exit from Philly is going to make waves. A move to the Dodgers or Mariners poses a direct and significant threat to our title aspirations. A return to the Reds would be the ideal outcome for us. The Yankees front office is likely watching from a distance, but with bigger, more pressing priorities in mind. Now, I want to hear from you, Yanks Nation. What do you think? Should Brian Cashman take a shot and try to bring Castellanos to the Bronx, especially if the price is low? Or would you rather the team focus entirely on Soto and pitching, and you're just hoping he lands in the National League? Drop your opinions in the comments below. I read every single one. And don't forget, if you want to stay ahead of the news with the kind of deep dive analysis that actually matters to us Yankees fans, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. The hot stove is about to ignite and you're not going to want to miss a thing. We'll be right here covering every single step of the way.